Oh my God. Oh man, you gotta go. You gotta go into Twitter sometimes. I'm telling you, there is no better sitcom in this world than going into social media. I'm telling I'm telling you, man. You're gonna crack yourself every morning. But anyways, guys, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Before we proceed, please understand that this, my friends, is not financial advice. You are more than free to do whatever you like with your money. And so am I. And that being said, let's grab a sip of coffee from my Casper Maxi mug. Everything, guys, definitely everything tastes better with Casper. Today we're about to do the same thing we do every day. First, we look at market performance for the past 24 hours. You fell for it, didn't you? You fell for it. Even though after I warned you, I told you Bitcoin was going to bounce at that 111, 112. I told you, didn't I? And yet, you fell for it. Oh man, these people are very funny. After that, guys, we check at prices in details. And right after that, we check on our positions. Are we buying Lambos yet? But before that, oh man, excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. Before that, guys, the world is a big place. It's such a big place, full of different kind of people. Okay, I don't know, sometimes you go through some things that you don't really make sense out of them until the time comes, and then you start to question. You start to question them. The difference is, what are people going to say when you left, when you are gone? That is the main thing that a lot of people are not paying attention to. All right, depends on who you are. You know, I can't ask you to change. I can't ask you to do something that you are not. Okay, like they said, there are born leaders, they are born followers. Everybody cannot be a leader. There has to be a follower, right? It's different kind of people. That's why when it comes to investments, what I see might not be exactly what you see. Why? Because we are two kind of people. We don't think alike. You understand? We don't think like, how can I put this? Like, for example, let me use the bull run, for example. There are people already who are already telling you, yeah, time to close shop. These people, man, I am busy laughing. Yeah, there are people who say, yeah, we already closed shop. It was over with before it even started, right? There are other people who are sitting there in the middle. They don't know whether to close shop or whether to open it. They don't know because, hey, they are so confused. Worse than a raccoon trying to get under your basement or something. And there is other kind of people who are like, you know what? Let's check history. Let's check the dynamics, things that are happening right now. Is it going to go up? If it goes up, how high can it go? And then you have things like, okay, if this happens, well, I'm going to close shop. When you sit there, then you start asking yourself, between those kind of people, between the types of people I just mentioned, what kind are you? What kind are you? And I forgot to mention one last type of person, the green candle chasers. People like, yeah, I'm not ashamed to say it, but I was once that kind. That's why I always mention it. I tell you, XRP to 500. What? I'm in. Because, hey, I'm going to be honest about it. I never even thought about looking at what the market cap could be. Like what the total supply is, how much is the team holding, is it practical or is it not? I didn't care about that. All I saw was that green candle going from 13, 14 cents to 500. I'm rich. That's it. That's it. Okay, so yeah, that's another kind of people. So again, I will ask you, all these type of people, what kind are you? Because I will tell you something that is the bitter truth. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people don't want people talking about it. But the bitter fruit on this is that the money you are going to make depends on what kind of person you are. That's what it depends. Green candle chasers is based on luck. Luck, like pure, I'm not going to tell you different. It's based on luck. Like let's just say you see rarely it happens that a coin goes from 0 to 5,000% in less than a month. Rarely. But if you get that, if you get in there and you get it, what is the what do you call it? What is the probability that you are one of the people that will get that chance? Which means 99.9% of everybody who follows that strategy ends up holding the hot potato in Rec City. That's what it is, right? But now, if you ask me, like I've been telling you guys, pay attention to the macroeconomy. Because me, I like to look at the past history, look at the present, and then look at what's going on around me. I've been telling you that. I told you, hey, last week, it's going to be an interesting day because you're going to have a lot of government things come out. You're going to have a lot of, back and forth between people, which again we saw, right? The job claim came out, and the job claims is worse than they expected. You see? And don't forget that our good magician, Trumpicius, Trumpicius magicius, since he can't keep his hands from clicky-clacky, all that stuff, he was busy measuring his dick on social media with a former president, Russian president. They were busy measuring their dick. Which one is longer? And now you see people, something again that I don't get. Why would you be messing with your investment just because Trump is doing this and the former president is saying this and doing this and that? That is something I don't understand. But yet, people are just panicking because of that. They even made the price of the asset worse. They even made it worse. Now, we wake up in the morning, come to think about it, oh man, they were just weighing their own nuts to see which nuts is heavier. That's all they were doing. Yeah, that was just a fud. Now, if you had sold your Bitcoin at $111,000 yesterday, guess where it is sitting today? Who's the fool? So yeah, you have to be the kind of person that knows what they want. Don't chase green candles. Don't do all that stuff because, guys, I told you, I have 5 different indicators I look at when I trade. I told you that. And all I do is like, once those 3 or 4 indicators hit, I'm closing shop. So far, 2 of them, like I told you guys, 2 of them, or let me say 3, are beginning to show signs. First, you look at the M2. M2 money supply, if you look at that chart, is picking out. Look at the gold, number 2. The gold, G-O-L-D, gold, the chart. Go look at it. Gold is running on fumes right now. Okay? Now, you go to the third one. The third one is the move index. Go look at the move index. It will tell you something. Okay? Now, once you start to get into that groove, I usually start to check around. Like, okay, the people I follow, the people, and I don't just follow anybody. I follow people with experience. Like I told you guys, one of my favorite the person I'm a very fan of is Warren Buffett. I told you guys about it. Warren Buffett is somebody who, from 1965, I wasn't alive, I think, he started with a little company, and that company, believe it or not, has outperformed the S&P 500. It has outperformed like by 10,000 miles. If they were racing, Warren Buffett company, it will be at the finish line, while the S&P 500 is still 10,000 miles behind. That's how bad it is. Because if you look at it, it has grown over 5 million%. So yeah, I usually look at what does it do. If you look at majority of the stocks that I trade on, that I hold, Those are the things I looked at his company, I look at his portfolio, what they're doing. Because hey, let's be honest about it. I don't have the team that he has. He has a team of professionals that do the work for him, and they can pick out these things. And all I do is like, look, why is he putting his $1 billion in there? Why is he doing this? Okay, you know what? I don't have 1 billion, but I have 1 cent. Hey, I will put it. I will put 1 cent in there. And these are facts. Those are not things that I just pull off my hair. Man, look, you know what? I don't have hair. But well, I just those are facts. Okay? Now, there is something like one day I watched one of his interview, and he was talking, giving an interview to a TV channel. I don't know if it is Fox or something he was talking about. And they asked him, like, what does he use? How does he able to accumulate that, able to predict the market so well? And he said, nah, he said something that caught my attention. What he usually do, my friends, okay, he usually divides the total market cap, okay, let's just say all the stock market in the United States. He divide that by the gross domestic product, the GDP. He divides that. And once you divide that, if the result is high, that tells you that, yeah, we're about to crash. If the result is low, it tells you that, yeah, the market is about to pump. What do I mean by it? It means like if the GDP, let's just say that the total market cap, the stock value and all that stuff is very higher than the GDP. Like, for example, right now, look at the US stock market, all-time highs, right? But look at the GDP right now. What do you see? So yeah, I started applying this since 2017. I've been using this to try to gauge the market. Right now, what do you see? And if you look at it, I went looking into his company. These guys are sitting on liquid cash. They're not buying anything. And we all know that Warren Buffett is the guy that trades on stocks. The question just came on my head. Why is he sitting on liquid cash? Does he know something? Is he preparing to buy the lows? Why is he doing that? If you look at it, they have over $300 billion sitting in liquid, like the cash. You start to think about this kind of stuff, guys. And this is things that you are, I don't know. You don't get it. I mean, then I got back to try to look at what he talked about that interview. The stock market right now is 3 times, almost 2 to 3 times higher than the US domestic GDP, which starts to make sense. And I was like, yeah, my feelings of this bull run not going to last long are becoming clearer. And then you go look at this. That's something again that everybody keeps talking about, and I've repeated it here so many times. Interest rate. Guys, look at the bonds market. Look at the bonds market. You see? So yeah, it is it is beginning to play in place slowly. It is coming in. So they are talking about next month they're going to cut rates. And I look at the bonds markets. If you add the fact that the Fed have already come out and told the banks, hey, we know we are going to stable coins, right? All right, excuse me. We know we are going to the stable coins, right? Most of the banks, they want to issue stable coins. Now, if you want to do that, you need to hold bonds. The bonds are going to determine 1-to-1, which makes a lot of sense. We know the U.S., if you don't control that, banks are going to print the U.S. stable coins out of oblivion. And if the stable coins keep getting printed more than the supply that we have, it's going to create some kind of dilutions, and that will also cause the US dollar value to drop. Therefore, they want to make sure that banks, let's just say the entire supply of the US dollars, for example, it is $10 million. If you want to issue $1 million worth of stable coins, you just have to buy $1 million worth of US Treasury bonds. You understand? You have to buy it and hold. Therefore, now, if you come to audit, yeah, 1 million stable coins, 1 million this. Now, that is going to lead, because we know stablecoins are faster than traditional banking, right? That is going to lead for people rushing into these bonds like they were going out of style. Not just banks. People are going to buy them, because if the treasury bonds they go so high, there are people, not just banks, that are trading these things. People like me and you, there are people trading those bonds. People are going to buy them. If they see they're going high, they're going to sell. If they see they're going low, just like a normal market. Now, this demand for these treasury bonds is going to shoot the US dollar high. It's going to make the dollar go so high, it's not even funny. And we already know, I've said it here many times. Once the US dollar value goes high, what happens to Bitcoin? Bitcoin drops, right? Bitcoin dropping drags the entire market with it, because this run is different. I told you, go look at every time price drops, like yesterday, or when was it? Day before yesterday, when Bitcoin dropped, stock market over $1 trillion got wiped out. Did it go onto altcoins? Nope. Bitcoin dropped from 118,000 or 19, whatever it was, all the way to 111,000. Did altcoins pump? No. Where did the money go? You see, I'm telling you guys, it is something that people are not paying attention. Where did the money go? Everybody knows the world economy is about to crash. This stock market is going to go cheap. Everybody's preparing for it. They're having liquid cash that when it goes that low, they're going to buy. That's why you look at Warren Buffett again. This guy is sitting on over $300 billion in liquid cash. They're getting ready to buy it. But yeah, you are going to see Bitcoin maxis come out here, and they will tell you, oh, this company is buying 3,000 Bitcoins. The other one, yeah, is buying 10,000 Bitcoin. And my grandma is just filling the basement with Bitcoins. And Uncle Tommy is just replacing his cheesecake with a big Bitcoin. You will hear all that stuff. But the truth is, they don't tell you. Companies need to report their earnings. Right? They need to report their earnings. And this report, guys, just like you saw, like Marathon Digital or Marathon Holding, whatever you want to call them, you see what they did? They were mining Casper, but because they have to report their earnings to their investors, they have to sell. But not just that, they didn't sell the Casper. They sold the Casper, bought Bitcoin. But when it was time to report those earnings, they sold their Bitcoin, because it's a company. That's how they run. So yeah, all these companies, they are telling you right now, they are buying Bitcoin, they are doing this, they are doing that. What do you think is about to happen when it's time to report their quarter earnings, right? The fourth quarter is about to end, right? So yeah, those are things that people are not telling you. And once they start to sell those assets, Bitcoin included, yeah, you're about to figure out that khaki, my friends, is not leather. Khaki is not leather. So far, yeah, everybody and their grandmama is running for the hill. People don't understand this and that. And I told you, we are not there yet, but we are close. For me, like I said, July, August, September. September, pay attention, because like again, everything is falling in place. People are going to FOMO because that ship mentality is there. I'm telling you, you're about to see, once they come out here and announce that, hey, we are cutting interest rates, people are going to FOMO. But let's see, 2-3 weeks later, when they realize that, okay, the government is not printing as much money as we thought, everybody and their grandmama is going to sell. That's why I'm telling you, watch out for September. Maybe I will start monitoring the second to the last week of September. I will be looking at the market very, very closely, because that is, well, everything is beginning to fall in place. And if I see those signs, I'm going to close shop. I don't know, you can keep holding, because everybody else is telling you Bitcoin to $300,000. But yeah, I look at those charts, inverse head and shoulder that we're plotting is showing that $150,000, $160,000. That's what I see. Yeah, we will get there and we will see what the market is going to do. But you rather be cautious. Once you get there, you start looking at the market. If it is still bullish, yeah, we go. If it is not, we close shop. But every writing on the wall is showing something very, very dangerous about to happen. And then you look at the big money, somebody like Warren Buffett. Why is he not trading? Why is he not buying stocks? Or why is he not going into Bitcoin like everybody and their grandmama is doing? He knows something. He knows something, and that's why I usually sit and watch those kind of people. Like, yeah, this guy, he's up to something. Either he knows the stock market is about to crash, and he's having that money right there, or he knows something else. Therefore, yeah, you better watch him. Watch what he's doing. Okay, because like I said, yeah, you don't have the team like he does, but at least you can follow his money. I always told you guys, follow the money. If you follow the money, you're going to make you a lot of money. If you follow green candles, yeah, you got hot potatoes coming your way, nice and warm. So yeah, you can sit there and believe everybody else telling you, yeah, altcoin season, it won't happen until 2026. And literally every major central bank in the world is saying, yeah, we're bending the knee. Every major one. The US is about to join, which means, yeah, if the US joins and start cutting rates, what do you think would happen? What do you think? Although, to me, like I said, I don't think those rate cuts, I don't think they're going to have much effect like a lot of people think they will. I don't think they are going to do that. Because, yeah, most people are not counting on what happened a couple months before when the trade war started. Trade war started, and then everybody was dumping the US bonds, right? Like I said, everybody was dumping it. If you go look at that chart, and what did the US government did? They printed money to buy those bonds back. Where do you think they got the money from? They were buying it. And all of a sudden, again, they approved the stable coins, which, like I just mentioned, stable coins, for the banks to use it, they are going to have to hold those bonds. They are going to have to buy those treasury bonds. It's not going to be like you think. Well, what do I know, right? It's just a matter of time, and we will see. Now, everybody and their grandmama is just like looking at me crazy. And I said, nah, guys, you have to pay attention to everything. Everything pointing out, yeah, the main market, we are running on fumes. But when it comes to Casper, it's a different story, because Casper's development, look at this. Smart contracts are coming out right when they're going to cut rates. That's when smart contracts are coming out. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. But I'm telling you, something is brewing onto Casper. Even when you go look at those online activities on what is going on in Casper, guys, I'm telling you, short term, I don't know about you, I am going to make a lot of money. Because before the year end, you might be looking at Casper between $1 to $3 before the year ends. And then Eager Live is going to go live, and then Sparkle is going to go live. Casper has the potential to hit $10. And don't forget one thing, Casper always runs against the current, right? But yeah, everybody's just going, yeah, we're going to have us a mega bull cycle. That's some bullshit. It ain't going to happen. You will see. Okay, I hope I'm wrong, but you will see. Anyways, guys, let's go right quick. Let's go look at how the market has been performing for the past 24 hours, right? We're in the bear market, are we? Some people already closed shop. Okay, now let's check out crypto bubbles. Come on. There you go. It was already right there. See? What do you see? Bitcoin starts to run. The entire market begins to run. Pay attention to this. Oh my God. Pay attention to the macroeconomy. All right. But anyways, let's go first. Check out King Kaspa, KAS, right there. For the past hour, Casper is up 2.1%, 4.8% up on the day, 11.1% down the week. 18.6% up on the month and 49.9% down on the year, sitting at a market cap of $2.36 billion and a 24 hours volume traded at $55.55 million. Pay attention to that volume, guys. That volume is low. And one thing I will say again, maybe you haven't gone, go look at it, okay? If Casper goes to 11 cents, there is almost $20 million worth of shorts liquidations. And what do you think those little bastards that we call market makers, what do you think they're going to do? What do you think? Because there is more people shorting Casper right now than they are longing it. They are going to, well, you're about to see. A lot of you are about to jump that bridge. you will see right in a second. So, you look at it right now, trading volume is low. I usually tell you, pay attention to that volume. When that volume is that low, something is brewing. Something is about to happen. Okay? Now, let's go look at Quant, the banker's coin, and the coin a lot of people love to hate. We have here 1.7% up the last hour, 2.1% up on the day, 9.9% down on the week, 4.7% up on the month, and 73.8% up on the year. Y'all remember when that number was negative and I kept telling you, you gotta watch it. But oh well. That's you, right? Sitting at a market cap of $1.63 billion and a 24 hours volume traded at $17.84 million. Okay, now we go look at Cubic. High risk, high reward. We have here for the past hour down 0.8%, 0.8% up on the day, 23.7% up on the week, 98.3% up on the month, 52.3% up on the year, sitting at the market cap of $331.86 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $7.17 million. Again, look at that volume. We've been seeing it at what, 17 to 20 million? Now it's down to 7.17. That means the volume is too low. This thing is about to move. Okay? Now, we look at JASMI, JAS, the Japanese Bitcoin. We do have here, of course, it's going to be running because Bitcoin is doing its thing, right? So, 2.1% up the last hour, 4.4% up on the day, 8% down on the week, 28.8% up on the month, and 34.5% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $751.53 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $26.02 million. Same situation, that volume is too low, very low. We know Jasmine, when it runs, it usually be at 100 or above that. That low volume signifies that, yeah, something is brewing up, something is about to pop. Okay, so now we go look at the big guy, Bitcoin. This is why altcoins are running. For the past hour, Bitcoin is up 0.7%, 1.1% up on the day, 2.3% down the week, 6.5% up on the month, and 89.9% up on the year. Now you see it. Bitcoin has started to run for the past hour and day, therefore the entire market is running. Money is not going to trickle down. You guys are you don't see it, right? But oh well, you will find out. When you get that hot potato, you will find out. Sitting at the market cap of $2.30 trillion and a 24 hours volume traded at $26.57 billion. Man, I can't wait for Casper to be hitting this kind of trading volume. You will see. Anyways, yeah. Now, let's go right quick. Let's go look at the market. I mean, in prices in details. But again, you've seen it, right? Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go up. Bitcoin drops, altcoins drop. People are not getting it yet. You are still stuck in that loop. People are stuck in that loop. Bitcoin goes up, money trickles down to altcoins, money trickles down to Ethereum trickles down to altcoins. You are not watching. Pay attention. Ethereum is about to break that $4,000 if it hasn't broken it already. And what is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is going up. Money, this run is not going to trickle down. Listen, the 4-year cycle is still there. 2 years this, and then 2 years that, and then the Bitcoin halving and all that stuff is still there. What has changed is the length of the bull run and the bear run. That length is what is changing. And this season, we are having a transition. The transition is because Uncle Sam and the big money, they all now have their hand into that cookie jar. And unfortunately, guys, the markets does not run on the favor of the majority. They don't do that. Markets don't run in the favor of the majority. That's why people are going to lose a lot of money. Well, it is up to you. Anyways, now let's go look at prices in details. And to do that, let's get our good friend Trading View. And we have here Dixie going up, Bitcoin going up. Yeah, man, we don't want to see that. We want an inverse. One has to give, okay? But as you guys can see, I told you it was going to bounce at 111, 112, right? Bitcoin is back up 115. Trajectory up. That's what you are seeing. But anyways, now if we go look at here, yesterday I told you, look at Casper. This is Casper on the 1 hour. I told you, I said, you guys, oh my God, it was a trap. It was a trap. It was a fake out. And there is I know a lot of people on my X account sending me inboxes talking about I didn't know what I was talking about. And I told you it was a trap. Even if you didn't want to believe me, just look at the liquidation map. There is more money if Casper goes up than if Casper goes down. Right? There's more money for that. Excuse me for a second. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you just pay attention to those kind of things. There is market makers are going to go where they make more money. And that, that is the funniest thing ever. And what are you looking at right now? I told you, yes, price was falling, but pay attention to the ribbon. What do you see the ribbon doing? It was curving up. And I told you, guys, it was going to flip, right? Price always gets attracted to the moving average. That is the honest truth. And you can see it right now. You can see it, right? Anyways, now if you look at it on the 4 hourly, look at the 4 hours right quick. Come on, let's see. Look at that. Price always gets attracted to the moving average. Now, look at this. Here, price already getting attracted, right? Ribbon has already started to curve. By the time this thing turns green, Casper will be probably at 10 or 11 cents. Sorry about that. But yeah, you can see it. This is just amazing to see how it is playing out. I told you, right? I told you. This is like, I don't know. People want to make money, but nobody wants to see it, okay? I told you. Look at it. It is curving. It hasn't finished yet, but it has started to go. We tried. Price getting attracted to the moving average, got rejected. Next candle is about to open up is in an hour and 45 minutes, and we're about to see, right? If you go look at it on the daily, what do you see? I told you that despite what you are watching, look at the ribbon. It was still green and it was squeezing, right? You see, it has started to curve upwards, just like I told you yesterday it was going to happen, right? Despite this price falling, ribbon was green and it was going. It's okay. All you gotta be, I've been telling you this for so many times. To be a trader, you need to be patient. You need to be patient. But well, everybody has their own way of trading, right? So far, what are we looking at? Squeezing, and it's beginning to curve. It has started. Look at the candle. It has started to go. Now, if you look at it on the weekly, I told you guys. You remember when we was talking about this? Oh, come on. When we was talking about this, I told you, look at the weekly candles. What do you see? Okay, so things are playing out exactly how they were supposed to go. So right now you are going to see a lot of people with the FUD and whatever is going on. But once we start hitting that second week of August, second to third week, you're about to see this price start to take off because people are going to try to front run the smart contracts release. You're about to see it. But we bottom out when Casper hit that 5 cents. I told you, price targets are still the same, okay? Price targets we still have, first of all, the 12 cents, then 15 cents, After that, we have 18, 19, an all-time high, which will lead us into price discovery. So yeah, everything is playing out the way it's supposed to. If you panic sell right now, you will cry about it later, because as you guys can see, it is playing out just like I told you it would, right? It is playing out. Anyways, now let's go right quick again. Let's try to look at Quant, the banker's coin, and the coin a lot of people love to hate, right? Like I say. So see, exactly like I told you yesterday. Exactly that. And right now, if you check, it is forming an inverse head and shoulder on the hourly. See, you have here, you have here, and you have here an inverse head and shoulder. Okay, so yeah, it is, well, it is something that when you look at it, you start to laugh. Just as simple as that. Simple things. When I do my TA, I don't do all these ABCs, Fibonacci's, and Milky Ways, and whatever you want to call them. It's that simple. Price always gets attracted to the moving average. We've seen that a lot. And I told you guys, despite that, pay attention to things like this. The ribbon, just like in Casper chart, right? See, curving. And I told you this yesterday. Look at that. It curved. It's just started turning green. Look at this. We're about to see it chasing that $115, $116 price target. If you look at it on the 4 hourly, it's the same thing. Clockwork, right? The same thing. Come on. The same thing, right? Look, still red, but it has started to curve. See? By the time this thing turns green, this thing will be probably at that 125 resistance. You are about to see it. So yeah, you can sit there and cry about it. And I told you guys, in every trade, before the trade, during the trade, and after the trade. Right now, Quant is sitting during the trade because we broke out of that inverse head and shoulder. You guys remember? We broke out of it, and the target of that inverse head and shoulder, this one, is $151. So right now, it is bouncing in between that 125, 110, blah, 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 until it's going to take off for real. And I even told you guys, look at that ribbon, still green. Despite this is still green, and it was squeezing, which means this is going to take off. That's what it means. And right now, what do you see? So yeah, you can sit there and cry about it, but yeah, there's not much I can tell you right now until we hit that 151. Then we'll start looking at what kind of pattern we are going to form. But so far, we need to conquer 125 because it's a big resistance. Then 151, then 164, and after that 176. We close a daily candle above that, we'll be looking at $230. And then after that, we'll be looking at all-time high and into price discovery. Everything is still playing according to the plan. So yeah, I'm not panicking. I don't care what it does, because like, hey, it is going to happen. We have 2 months, and in these 2 months, you're about to see incredible things happen. Okay? Anyways, now, I'm going to skip Jasmine again, and I'm just going to go straight to Bitcoin, because yeah, for me, until Jasmine crosses that 2.3 cents, it's not worth doing a TA on, because I told you. Okay? Now, on Bitcoin, you guys can see the same thing. I told you, we crossed the green line, we are going to bump, which it happened. But again, I gave you the red line on August the 1st. We crossed the green line, it tried to go up. August the 1st was coming, and I told you guys, here is a red line, that means we're going to go down. So now we dropped, and yesterday I was telling you this was just a panic. And then look at the ribbon, it's going to curve, and it's doing that right now. Therefore, price is beginning to run. I'm not surprised if this thing goes back to where it was, all this continuation of this, okay, and then break out to the upside. Now, if you look at it on the 4 hourly, it's the same thing. I told you yesterday, despite the price falling, ribbon was still green. It is squeezing right now, okay? The first daily candle has turned green. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see it is turning green. Ribbon is squeezing and it's pointing upwards. So yeah, like I said, I am not putting it off the side that this thing will go back to where it was trading this sideways and then start to go up, because now we've passed this fear on uncertainty that we had right here. Excuse me for a second. Yeah, sorry about that. So all these things we've been talking about, if you even add to that, the next green line is almost here, which is August the 18th. That tells you, I'm telling you, Bitcoin is eyeing that 150, 160,000. Okay, by the end, maybe middle of September. Okay, middle or end of September, we are eyeing to that 150, 160,000 dollars. And after that, we will reevaluate the market. Okay, I don't know about you, but shit, we are looking at it. I am looking at it. I already have my red line right there. Monday, 29th of September. I'm already looking at it. Like, yeah, but you guys know I don't wait for price confirmation. I might close shop earlier, or maybe keep it open if we have if we keep seeing the signs that the market is going to continue running. But yeah, so far everything I'm looking at, guys, is showing that, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen that way. I don't think so. So yeah, please, you have to do your own research. Pay attention to the market. Pay attention to what the macro industry, the macro is telling us. Macroeconomy. Pay attention to what the macroeconomy is telling us. Okay? Anyways, guys, let's go now right quick. Let's go check on our positions. But before we do that, like I always said, please do not get into leverage trading if you don't know what you're doing. Just stick to spot. You're going to make money, yeah, but you have to invest more to get more out of it. The difference is that on leverage, you invest a little and you get more out of it, right? But it's very risky. Very risky. The kind of risk that you can easily lose your money. Okay, so yeah, I cannot teach you how to trade. Nobody can. You have to learn it on your own. If you decide to venture into it, I do have down below Bydfi, which I do recommend for beginners, Phemex, Margex, and Wix exchange. Sign up using those links. Once you sign up, you are going to get free money. But first you need to meet their deposit requirements. Once you meet those, you are going to get free money. As soon as you get the free money, take $50 out or $100 out and practice. Trust me, you are going to make mistakes. It is better to make mistakes with $50 or $100 versus making mistakes with thousands of dollars. Trust me when I tell you that. Okay, I'm not in the business of losing money. If you are in there, shit, you're in the wrong channel then. Okay, but anyways, yeah, please, you gotta practice. Now let's go look at my positions right quick. Okay, now that means if we start first with Bydfi, as you guys can see, let me refresh that. Right now, my position is sitting at $13,600 overall, okay? If you look at my contracts, wow, Casper is almost 9 cents. It is going. If you look at my contracts, my Casper, I am still down 52%, which is $4,700. On my quant, I am up 13%, which is $1,300. As you guys can see, yeah, it's moving. It's going the way it's supposed to. I told you, okay? Now, we go for the second one, which is Phemex. In Phemex, I am trading King Casper and the Japanese Bitcoin. Let's refresh it to see. Okay, right here, my overall is sitting at $8,750, as you guys can see. Okay, if you look at my contracts, you will see that here on my Jasmine, I am still down 70%, which is $7,700. But on my Kaspa, I am up 5%, which is $227. Okay, everything is moving. Just like give it a chance. I'm patient enough. I'm gonna sit tight because we're gonna make this money, right? I told you. Now, let's go and look at last but not the least, Wix exchange. On Wix, you guys know here I am trading King Casper, and I am using Quant for the competition. Okay, so far, let's refresh that. My overall is sitting at $5,900, almost $6,000. Okay. Now, if you look at my contracts, you will see that here. Let's go first down. On my quant, I am up $2,200 in profits, and on my Casper, I am up $300 in profit. So everything is going, because those of you panicking, and I keep telling you, man. One of the greatest quality as a trader is patience. I'm a long-term trader. I don't care about what the daily market is doing. I don't care about that. So yeah, You've seen it. You can pause the videos and go back and look at my numbers if that's what you want to do. Everybody's different. I am an aggressive trader. All my trades are at 50x, and I never use stop losses. I never use that. I hate when the market swings and hits your stop loss. I don't like that stuff. So maybe everybody's different. That's why I don't use stop loss. I scale it up to the point that even if it swings, it's not going to hit it. You can go and look at my numbers and you will see it. Okay? So yeah, looking at that, yeah, all my indicators are beginning to show signs slowly. Like I told you, I just explained it. They are beginning to show signs that, guys, pay attention to the macroeconomy. The bull run is not going to last as many people think. If it does, well, we'll see. But so far, I'm convinced, and the signs on the wall are showing me like, yeah, it's not going to be like everybody thinks. Anyways, guys, that being said, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers, okay? Don't forget to like and comment. I am very interested in knowing what you think about everything that we talked about today. And also don't forget to share. You never know, okay? Don't forget to share so that other millionaire-minded attitude like you and yours truly, we all can see these videos and the family can grow. I'm saying it. You never know what you are going to learn from a stranger. You never know, okay? Yeah, love to all of you. Love to all the fathers. So much love to all the haters. Hey, and more power to all of you with the proof of stakes. So, please, until I see you in my next one, please take very good care of yourself, okay? Bye-bye.